Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So here we are again with another Abominable unboxing. It seems like only yesterday I got another one of these boxes, but the June box, I don't know if it was stuck in customs, but it got here super late. But really super excited to have July's box already, and let's jump right into it. So right on the top here, we have our used book. This one seems a little chunkier than usual, so I'm gonna set that aside until last. And we have our treat for this month. It is Buttermilk Clotted Cream Traditionally Creamy Fudge. So this looks like a caramel type of fudge. So I'm sure that's gonna be delicious. I can't eat a whole lot of dairy, so this is gonna last me a long time. And then we have a pin, and I love this. So this is Brother Emanis, who runs the Accursed Library. He's the one that goes to get all of the used books, and they of course lovingly wrap them and put stamps on them. So I love that they did a pin of Brother Emanis, and again on the back here it is one of the double clasp pins, so it doesn't spin around when you put it on something. So really like this. And then onto our drinks packet. Okay, let's see what kind of goodies we have this month. So we have our Nescafe cappuccino mix, a Galaxy hot chocolate. This one is pretty good. Again, I can't have too much dairy, so I usually give those ones away. And then we have this Off Black Generation Tea. It's all peachy green tea. So this is totally new. I wonder if this is from a small business maybe. So we have this, it's all peachy, and there's a Brighten Up Forest Fruits and Ginger tea. So excited to try those, a little bit of something new. And of course we got the Lions single serve Gojo coffee bag. I'm just gonna set the book aside here for a sec. We have the spoiler card, and then, oh, is this a 2-book month? Ooh. All right, looks like we've got 2 new releases plus our used book in here. So right at the bottom we have our bookmarks. So this one says the Abominable Book Club with the Accursed Library logo. And then on the back it says, I'm your #1 fan. There's nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'll take good care of you. I'm your #1 fan. And that's a quote from Annie Wilkes, of course, from Stephen King's Misery. And then we have our spook mark. So on the front, it has the Abominable logo, and then on the back there is some microfiction. I'm not going to read this out because we've already got a lot to read, but these are always really cool. So the microfiction on the back is written by Owen Morgan, who is one of the owners over at Abominable, and I think that's just fantastic. So clear some of this stuff out of the way. So the first book that we have here is called The Loop by Jeremy Robert Johnson. So it's got some pretty cool artwork on the front there. And just reading from the back here, it says, something sinister lurks beneath the sleepy tourist town of Turner Falls, nested in the hills of Central Oregon. A growing spate of mysterious disappearances and frenzied outbursts threaten the town's idyllic reputation until an inexplicable epidemic of violence spills out over the unsuspecting city. When the teenage children of several executives from the local biotech firm become ill and hyper-aggressive, the strange signal they can hear starts to spread from person to person, sending anyone who hears it into a murderous rage. Lucy and her outcast friends must fight to survive the night and get the hell out of town before the loop gets them too. So that sounds fantastic. It's pretty reminiscent of, you know, the pandemic that's going on right now. Everybody gets infected. So kind of horror, kind of sci-fi. So that sounds pretty good. So the next book we have here is called The Resident by David Jackson, and it looks like either a house that's under construction or an attic that's under construction here on the front cover. So let's just see what this one is about. Thomas Brogan is a serial killer with a trail of bodies in his wake and the police hot on his heels. It seems like Thomas has nowhere left to hide. That is, until he breaks into an abandoned house at the end of a terrace on a quiet street. And when he climbs up into the loft, he realizes he can drop down into all of the other houses throughout the shared attic space. That's when the real fun begins, because the one thing that Thomas enjoys even more than killing is playing games with his victims. The lonely old woman, the bickering couple, the tempting young newlyweds, and his new neighbors have more than enough dark secrets to make this game the best one yet. So that sounds fantastic. There was actually an episode of CSI way back in the Grissom days where there was a guy hiding out in the girl's attic and he was coming down, and it was a whole big thing. It was actually really scary because, you know, something like this can actually happen. It does happen. So that sounds really good. Kind of like a more of a thriller sounding sort of horror. So excited to have that one as well. And then for my favorite part of the box is the used book, which, like I always say, is like getting a little present to yourself every single month. And the guys spend so much time very lovingly wrapping these, and it's just such a nice little touch. So if you don't know about Abominable and you want to learn a bit more about them, I will leave all of their information linked down below in the description box. All right. So this one is called The Fading by Christopher Ransom, and it says horror is seeing yourself disappear. And this is a fairly chunky book. And it says here, best-selling author of The People Next Door. And this one was printed in 2012, so it's still fairly new. So it says on the back here, what would you do if you could become invisible? A gift. Since childhood, Noel Shaker has been able to disappear without warning or explanation. A curse, but his gift leaves Noel alone and afraid, and the more he tries to control it, the nearer he becomes to madness. A shocking discovery, when Noel learns that some people can see him, and that his power has unleashed an unworldly evil, he must descend into darkness and confront a relentless killer to discover the true source of his fading. Well, that sounds really intriguing. It's a fairly long book. Like I said, it's quite chunky. So I haven't read any Christopher Ransom before, so this will be a good introduction, and excited to have this one for the shelves as well. So just taking a quick look at the spoiler card here, this is the Full Guts box for July 2021. So we have The Loop by Jeremy Robert Johnson, The Resident by David Jackson, our hand-wrapped used book, the Spookmark Series 4 number 10, the Buttermilk Clotted Cream Fudge, the Brother Imanas exclusive pin, and it looks like there's going to be some more apparel coming soon in the same line, so excited for that because I've already gotten 2 shirts, I think, from Abominable, and their stuff is really good quality. So if you're into that kind of stuff and you want to support the guys, keep an eye out on their Instagram page and over on their website as well. And then last but not least, the Dirty Birdie Premium Bookmark. So that was a fantastic box. I'm always really surprised when there's 2 new releases plus our used book. That's fantastic. So again, I'll have all of Abominable's information linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave me a question or a comment down below because you know I love chatting with you. But until next time, stay spooky, everybody. Bye.